Hello everybody, my name is ALEEEEEESA with 8 East, and today I'll be casting a 2v2. Our opponents are tskuzzy and schmoe. They are about 2200 in the Diamond League, and apparently there's a Masters division now. So I'm pretty sure they'll be moving to Masters soon, but they're 2200 in the Diamond League with 256 wins and 163 losses, so Terran Zerg. Let's get this party started. Josh Price. I will be spawning as the That's Not Me. I will be spawning as ALEEEEEESA as the Purple Terran, and my ally ppgBubbles, aka Broken Rhythm, as the Teal Protoss. And we are just actually new to this map. It's called Omega Sector, and it's one of the new Blizzard maps that they thought that the current map pool was kind of stale, so they added these new maps, and this, for some reason, I just feel like is heavily Zerg favored. There's no ramp. It's like a Kulas ravine ramp, basically, where you don't get the high ground in defending. But there is two really safe naturals, so basically a Zerg can expand there without any pressure. And I actually talked to one of my friends about it, and they said that this Selnaga tower is basically made for siege tanks. So basically, you plop a few siege tanks here, you can probably defend both sides fairly easily. And just the vast amount of open space makes it fairly easy for Zerg to get flanks and surrounds. So we are against a Zerg player, tskuzzy, and apparently it looks like he went for a 8 pool, or yeah, I think that's an 8 pool. His ally is schmoe, and schmoe looks like he's playing fairly standard. Where's his supply depot? There it is, walling off at the front, probably going to go for a 12 racks. Alright, so 8 pool and 12 racks versus 12 racks, but slower, and a 13 gateway, so we'll see how that turns out. Anyway, this map we pinged initially at the beginning because we saw these, and I think these were just basically made for Reapers, because as you can see, you can't really jump into the base from anywhere besides the front, which would make, having the cliff jump ability kind of pointless. So these are basically Reaper ramps, in my opinion. And now that doesn't mean that Reapers are still commonly used ever since that massive nerf that they got. So at least they allow them some kind of viability. Anyway, 3 sets of Zerglings moving out at 2 minutes and 40 seconds, so if you guys want to keep that in mind for any 8 pool timings. And it looks like they will be going for my ally, Bubbles' base. Now he did put up a second pylon, so that second pylon is going to be able to allow him to not instantly lose if the first one does go down, and a Zealot coming out just as the 6 Zerglings start focusing down that pylon. And so Bubbles walling off. I'm not sure how long he can hold, though. I'm fairly certain that pylon will go down before that second Zealot does come out. And it does look like tskuzzy is moving in more. Now, I just have my first Marine building a second Rax, and my AP on this game is very, very low. I haven't been playing for a while, and I was extremely tired before this game, so I was basically screwing around, expecting my ally to carry me, of course. And it does look like the Terran player is getting Marines and a factory fairly quick, so he's not going to be helping out the Zerg player, but it doesn't look like it matters that much. There's so many Zerglings out, I think 12 Zerglings, or 10 Zerglings before that one died to the Zealot, and it looks like Bubbles is forced to pull off workers. And the thing about getting an early pool is that the goal isn't to try to kill workers straight up with your Zerglings like he does, but is to kill all the attacking units like the Zealots and Stalkers that pop out, and then constantly poke at the mineral line so they can't really mine efficiently. And if you're good at multitasking, it can be a real headache for the Protoss to deal with. And as you can see here, the pylon goes down, and so Bubbles doesn't have any production right now. More Zerglings streaming in. He did manage to kill all the Zerglings, however, and I still have this one Marine trying to micro as best as I can. And I do get the last few Zerglings, but it does look like Blue managed to, I think, send more Zerglings and then expand all on 9 Harvesters, so it's fairly impressive that he can do that. I'm not sure if that is the best strategy, but at least it's not all in. Anyway, we have a Marine over here attacking that Overlord, and it does look like Red is going to be getting a Starport and an Armor, so I think he might be going for a Thor drop? Question mark? I'm not sure. I guess you guys just have to see. From right here, I'm getting, I'm getting 4 barracks, 1 with Tech Lab, and 1 with Reactor, and Zerglings are coming to my base. I only have 2 Marines here, and 2 Marines on that side, 1 Marine over here. Those Zerglings are going to be able to destroy my Marines, but I'm using this advanced, super advanced tactic called hold position SCVs. As you can see, once you hold position, all aggro is lost on them, so my Marines, this actually formed like a wall, and my Marines can just shoot at the Zerglings as much as they want, and they're not going to be able to retaliate. And then for some reason that SCV moves out of the way. I'm not really sure why I did that. So that Marine does go down. But I did manage to kill quite a few Zerglings. There's only 2 plus 1 Marine that did come by actually later. Anyway, 4 more Zerglings coming in. I think they're going to try to go for my tech lab. Nope. They're going to go straight for my mineral line again. God, this is so annoying. Fortunately, I did leave 3 Marines in my mineral line, and I was planning to pull off some SCVs in case they were going to do that. So I was quite well prepared. Does look like Red's moving out now. He has a medevac, a Thor, and a few Marines. So if this was a 1v1 Protoss game, 1v1 Terran versus Protoss, this would be a great composition against Protoss. Unfortunately, a Terran that's only building Marines like me is gonna be able to deal with that fairly easily, actually. So looking at the Harvesters right now, Broken Rhythm, aka Bubbles, is at 20. The enemy Terran player schmoe is at 26, and we were actually feeling pretty bad right now because that Thor is going to be a terrible, terrible unit to kill with just Marines. And if he actually pulled off SUEs, I think it would have been instant win for schmoe right here. But what am I doing on this side? Bunker rushing. Apparently I sneaked an SCV in earlier in the game. Now I'm slow pushing with bunkers onto his middle line. Hopefully schmoe does not realize this, and I'm actually coming around with my Marines for the flank. It doesn't look like it matters too much though. Schmoe is just destroying everything that Bubbles has. He's desperately trying to put up pylons just so he can continually power his warp gates. But right now I do have 3 Marines in schmoe's mineral line, so I'm trying to distract him as much as possible. As you can see, the red cursor is not under the Thor, so he knows. So basically we know that his attention is diverted elsewhere. And my Marines finally come in when 90% of Bubbles' mineral or workers die. And it looks like I'm going to be killing the Marines first, then focusing down the Thor. The Thor goes down fairly easily, and right now we have 3 Marines in bunkers in schmoe's mineral line. That was kind of like a 30-second reaction time there. Anyway though, 3 Marines inside those bunkers, another Thor coming out, and I did manage to kill, I think, 3 or 4 SCVs. I'm killing a few more SCVs now, and that Thor is, thank God, he's focusing down my other bunker that it's building. And he keeps pulling out SCVs to aggro my bunker, which is good because it gives them time to actually attack the SCVs instead of the Thor. Although the Thor was out of range anyway. But right now I do have somewhat of a massive Marine army. Still making Marines. As you can see, Terran really doesn't need any other units besides Marines, obviously. And Bubbles on 4 gates with an unpowered cyber core and 9 workers versus Blue's 34 workers getting layer tech as I speak, and Red's 18 workers. So I did do quite a bit of economic harassment to him with my single racks that was built by my single SCV, so basically a hero SCV. It does look like I still have a ton of Marines getting a factory fairly slowly, only on 1 gas right now, as I am slow teching towards medevacs. Probably should be getting stim sometime soon. It does look like the Zerg player, as I've just said, finally getting his speed at 11 minutes in for some reason. I don't know if this game was very serious or not, but I thought it was just an interesting game. And basically, a Terran player tries to Thor drop a Terran, which really doesn't make too much sense considering I'm not Zerg, and so Marines can actually attack medevacs. So Zerg coming in with his small number of speedlings, but goddamn, 48 harvesters, that's more than me and Bubbles combined. Finally getting a Spire, which is pretty interesting, and a Bangling's Nest, so he's probably going to go mute a Speedling. Banglings. Oh. Going for that Tech Lab. I am kind of out of position. Should be able to take that Tech Lab out very quickly. Distracted by this Thor. God, it's making me mad right now. And going from middle line, we'll see how many Harvesters he's going to probably like 2 or 3. He did get 2, and then the Speedlings just melt to the Marines. And right now I do have a massive amount of Marines in play. Still no expansion from either of us, as we knew that we had to do some kind of timing push in order to win. I think right now I'm going to be making a Viking just to get rid of that annoying medevac with the Thor. Because if that medevac drops in the back of your base with a Thor, and you only have like 5 Marines to deal with it, you're just going to be able to kill everything. You're going to have to pull off, so better to prevent than to have to deal with. Kind of like dental floss. Anyway, Broken Rhythm right now, moving in with apparently a pylon on the low ground. I don't know what spotted out for him for the high ground, but apparently got high ground vision. And he managed to kill tskuzzy's Spire. And so those 2 sentries are going to probably die to War Zergling, which is very unfortunate. But we do have Zealots being warped in. Right now I am attacking Red's side, and Red left his Thor inside the medevac for some reason, has a siege tank that isn't sieged up, and so this is the perfect opportunity to strike. Focus down that siege tank very quickly. That siege tank is going to be a nuisance, and I'm trying to kill the Thor, and he picks it up for some reason. I'm not I think he thought that the Thor wasn't able to attack air units or something. I don't even know, but or the Marines couldn't attack air units or something. I don't know. That's like what you do in Brood War when you want to pick up units that are slow to death, but I guess it really doesn't work against units that can also attack air. So anyway, we got quite a few Zerglings, and I think he's going to be making Banelings with a single siege tank, moving in with my large amount of Marines, and I was kind of hesitant to go up there. I didn't know what he had up there, and I finally scanned and see that, oh, he's got Banelings and siege tanks, so Marines hard counter both of these very easily, so I focused on the siege tank. Banelings coming in, I spread them like a fucking whore at a party, and those Banelings are so confused right now, running around in a circle because he just doesn't know what to focus, you know? Right now, Broken Rhythm, I'm sorry, I keep calling it Broken Rhythm. Bubbles coming in with his 4-gate push at 14 minutes into the game, still warping in more units, and apparently schmoe sees this but isn't doing anything about it. And we also have me coming in from the side. There's a spine crawler, and I don't really like killing spine crawlers with Marines, so I'm just going to move to the mineral line that's completely undefended. Moving behind the mineral line is actually the best way to do it. What you want to do is move behind the mineral line and put like one Marine there, so the AI all gets stuck there and clogged up, and only one thing can attack the Marine at a time, and then you just basically go to town. Now what a smart player can do is just click behind it so they move in from the sides, and they can get a pretty good surround from there. But anyway, I have more Marines streaming in. schmoe losing that supply to be off, yes not, and making a ton of Raxes. These are reactionary barracks, kind of like the Zerg's reactionary spine crawlers that they make when they see a Protoss 4K coming, expanding, and then lifting it up for some reason. And this is the part where the SCVs run away. The best part of the game. Not sure where he's going. Still have more forgetting coming from ppgBubbles, and it looks like he doesn't want to fight my Marines, so he's going to go for the Zealots and Sentries with his SCVs. Not sure if that's the best choice. My Marines are finally moving in, and it does look like these medevacs sealing the Zerglings are going to prove somewhat difficult, although not very difficult. And finally the drones coming in. This is what you want to see basically as a Terran player. You want to see the drones being pulled off, and I was basically just jerking off as fast as I can at this point, because Marines killing drones is one of the funniest things in the world and makes me super hard. So basically rallying more Marines, expanding just to make it look like I'm not all-inning, although I did know that I already won at this point. I just want to tell myself that I'm not all-inning, and then losing spine crawlers, or losing Vikings to spine crawlers for some reason. Not sure what I was doing. I really wasn't playing too seriously this game, but my name is ALEEEEEEESA, and let me know what you guys want to see in one of my future videos. I'm probably not going to make one very often. I just wanted to cast this game, frankly, because I was kind of bored, and so I'll see you guys later. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, where you can see all my latest news and updates.